السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. الحمد لله غافل الذنب وقابل التوب شديد العقاب والله لا إله إلا هو إليه المصير. اللهم لك الحمد يا من لم تتخذ ولدا ولم يكن لك شريك في الملك ولم يكن لك ولي من الذل والله أكبر كبيرا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الحمد وله الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير. هو الأحد الفرد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين. تركنا على المحجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. شرح الله له صدره ووضع عنه وزره وأعلمه أن مع العسر يسرا وأمره أن إذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. عباد الله، أوصيكم ونفسي المقصرة بتقوى الله وأحذركم ونفسي من عصيانه ومخالفة أمره لزوم لقوله الحق تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. وكذلك في قول الحق تبارك وتعالى: يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. اتقوا الله فإن زلزلة الساعة شيء عظيم يوم ترونها تذهل كل مرضعة عما أرضعت وتضع كل ذات حمل حملها وترى الناس سكارى وما هم بسكارى ولكن عذاب الله شديد. My brothers and sisters, my dear children, we are indeed in the month of the Qa'dah. We already have concluded the month of Shawwal after we have finished the month of Ramadan, and after we have done the intensive ibadat from the month of Rajab and Sha'ban, and we engaged in Ramadan in a beautiful ibadat, so that we're able to gain the forgiveness, we're able to gain the rahmah, we're able to get the maghfirah, we're able to supplement and rise in our spirit with Allah Azza wa Jalla. And here comes another chance for us to be able to do something similar in the month of the Hijjah, which is the month that comes after included by Ashar al-Haram, the month to be born after that. Beautiful chance of rahmat. This is what the mu'min, the Muslim, should be striving and looking for throughout his or her life. We need to gain as much barakat as possible, as much rahmat as possible. We need to save no chance of forgiveness in our life. We need to spare no moment in which we will be able to gain the salvation from the fire. Why? Because life is very short. We don't know when the time comes for us to leave this dunya. Just before coming to here, I was attending a janazah of a young brother, relatively young brother, who left behind him a young sister with two lovely daughters. When we were attending the funeral, I was trying my best to help his young two daughters to understand where daddy is going to go under the ground. Why is he put in a box? Why there are cuttings in his nose? Why he's so cold? Why he's gonna go 7 feet under the ground? These are all questions we as adults should be prepared to answer or be mindful about as we're living our life. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم يا أيها الناس اتقوا يوما لا يجزي والد عن ولده شيئا ولا مولود هو جاز عن ولده شيئا إن وعد الله حق فلا تغرنكم الحياة الدنيا ولا يغرنكم بالله الغرور. قال كم لبثتم في الأرض عدد السنين قالوا لبثنا يوما أو بعض يوم فاسأل العادي قال إن لبثتم إلا قليلا لو أنكم كنتم تعلمون فتعالى الله الملك الحق لا إله إلا هو. This is the reality. When we leave this dunya, we think that we have lived in this life for a day or two. قال كم لبثتم في الأرض عدد السنين قالوا لبثنا يوما أو بعض يوم. They will be asked how many years you have spent in this life. We will respond that we spent a day or maybe a two. That's it. When the people of the cave were asked, how long did you stay asleep? A day or two. And the same is for Uzayr. يوما أو بعض يوم. That's the reality of this life. So let's not spare a moment in which we are able to invest for our real life. Before we say, يا ليتني قدمت لحياتي. This is what we will be saying about the time of death. I wish I had forwarded for my life. You are dying. You're saying, I wish I forwarded for my life? Well, yes, because the reality is your life starts from the moment you die. We were in the tummies of our mothers, living a certain life, and we came to the spaciousness of this life. And once again, we will be leaving the spaciousness of this life to the tightness of our mother, the grave, and we will be transmitted to the spaciousness of the Akhirah. Allah Azza wa Jalla says in the Quran, وَالْفَجْرِ وَلَيَالٍ عَشْرٍ وَالشَّفْعِ وَالْوَتْرِ وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا يَسْرِ هَلْ فِي ذَلِكَ قَسَمٌ لِذِي حِجْرٍ. Allah makes an oath by Al-Fajr, dawn, and the 10 nights, وَالشَّفْعِ وَالْوَتْرِ, referring to the day of Arafah and the day of Eid, or the Shafa' and Watr, the prayer we pray in our salawat. هَلْ فِي ذَلِكَ قَسَمٌ لِذِي حِجْرٍ. Are in these ayat that Allah the Mighty is doing an oath by, are signs of reflection for a person of intellect? Yes, Ya Rabbi. We pray to you to help us be from those who come to late and reflect on the power of the days that will be coming among us, inshaAllah, in approximately a month time. The mu'min does not live in ghafla, neglection. The mu'min always strive to be with Allah Azza wa Jalla. قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون وعباد الرحمن الذين يمشون على الأرض هونا وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما والذين يبيتون لربهم سجدا وقياما والذين يقولون ربنا اصرف عنا عذاب جهنم إن عذابها كان غراما. That's the condition of the mu'min. Does not live just for the sake of living. Does not live to eat and entertain himself or herself. There is a purpose for our living, for a purpose for our life. That purpose is to prepare ourselves for our real life. So let us be ready emotionally, intellectually, and also as well as behaviorally, by getting ourselves trained as we have done in the month of Ramadan, to be ready for the first 10 days of the Hijjah. These are the days that the Prophet ﷺ said in a beautiful hadith that is very famous and known to all of us. ما من أيام العمل الصالح فيهن أحب إلى الله من هذه الأيام. No days of the whole year the good deeds are highly evaluated by the mighty like these days. Ya Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Does that mean the days of Ramadan? Yes. Does that mean all the actions and deeds that we can do? Yes, because he said after that, وَلَا الْجِهَادُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, not even fighting in the cause of Allah Azza wa Jal, because you know that al-jihad, ذَرْوَةُ سَنَامِ الْإِسْلَامِ, the peak of all the deeds, the highest rewarding actions is to struggle in the path of Allah Azza wa Jal, to do jihad. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, وَلَا الْجِهَادُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, not even fighting in the cause of Allah Azza wa Jal, except a person who have left his wealth and his children and never come back after that with anything. Speaking about jihad, speaking about the ultimate rewards of actions, we remember our brothers and sisters in Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. And I'll continue to say that not from a nationalistic perspective, but from a religious perspective. They are doing, وَلِلَّهِ الْحَمْدِ, a job that the Muslim Ummah should all be doing. They're doing i'tikaf in Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, defending the integrity of the Muslim Ummah, despite of the brutality of the Israeli regime, which is known to be an apartheid regime by many human rights organizations. And I mentioned in the past the report from CDC about how our even government not paying attention to the brutality of the regime against Palestinians. We keep them in our dua and pray to Allah to accept from them their i'tikaf, and inshaAllah the ibadat are in the Masjid Al-Aqsa and in the Masjid Al-Aqsa. The Prophet ﷺ said that وَلَا الْجِهَادُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, not even fighting in the cause of Allah will be equivalent to do good deed in these days, except when you go to do jihad yourself in these days and die and not never come back again. So the Prophet ﷺ indicated to us what we should be doing in these days. The first 8 days of the Hijjah, starting from the first day of the Hijjah until the 8th day of the Hijjah, are days you can do all the a'mal salihat, and starting with as-siyam, sawm, fasting to Allah Azza wa Jal. And there are many sayings about the rewards of fasting for Allah Azza wa Jal. The first days of the Hijjah, the first 8 days, there is no action rewarding as fasting to Allah Azza wa Jal. So it is more rewarding when it is done in the days of the Hijjah. And also, we will be fasting the 9th day of the Hijjah, which is the day of Arafah, knowing that fasting that day will cleanse the sins of us of the year past and the year to come. Those are the first 9 days of the Hijjah, and we will be exercising the Siyam, fasting to Allah Azza wa Jalla. However, on the 10th day of the Hijjah, fasting is forbidden. because it is the day of Eid, and it is the day of action that is more rewarding than fasting, which is offering the Qurbani to Allah Azza wa Jal. ليذكروا اسم الله في أيام معلومات فكلوا منها وأطعموا البائس الفقير ثم ليقضوا تفثهم وليوفوا نذورهم وليطوفوا بالبيت العتيق. We will be slaughtering and commemorating the life of Ibrahim alayhi salam, and also living the joy of those who will be enjoying their ibadat around Arafah and around al-Masha'ir al-Haram when they are doing the ritual of Hajj. And the days of Tashriq afterwards are the days of remembrance to Allah Azza wa Jal, which are the days, the 3 days to come after the first day of Eid. These days are so powerful, and as I mentioned, we need to prepare ourselves for them. One of the ibadat for the first 9 days is Siyam. What else can we do? There is no limit to the ibadat or to the amal salih. Like what we used to do in Ramadan. We used to take ourselves away from this busy life and dedicate our time to worship Allah Azza wa Jal. If you're able to make i'tikaf in these days, nothing is wrong with that. The rewards of i'tikaf are rewarded by Allah Azza wa Jal. You will be given the chance to fast comfortably. You will be able to do more Quran recitation because the rewards in these days are highly multiplied. Every letter is multiplied by 10 up to 700, up to more, because these are powerful days. And from the ibadat that we can train ourselves to do as well is to ensure that we do sadaqah throughout these days. We do Surah Al-Arham, we do Qiyamul Layl in these days. There is no limit to what you are able to do in these days. Just be mindful that they are powerful days, and the actions and deeds in them will be highly rewarded and multiplied by the mighty Allah Azza wa Jalla. So throughout the days of the Qa'dah, which is the month we're in right now, train yourself in fasting, keeping in mind that it is from Al-Ashhur al-Hurum. And fasting in Al-Ashhur al-Hurum is highly encouraged by the Prophet ﷺ. As he said, fast as much as you can, fast and break your fast. We need to say, fast as much as you can from the days of Al-Ashhur al-Hurum to be able to get the rewards from Allah Azza wa Jalla. So multiply your niyyah while you're fasting in the Mondays and Thursdays, or the 3 days, or the half of the month, or whatever Allah has allowed you to do for in this month of fasting, keeping in mind that I'm preparing myself for the days of the Hijjah. Also, get engaged with the Quran and get yourself ready so you'll be able to finish the Quran possibly once or twice or even 3 times. It is a possibility that you can finish the Quran in 3 days, so that in the 10 days of the Hijjah you'll be able to finish at least the Quran 3 times. Get yourself ready, and to also prepare for the Udhiyah, one of the highly rewarded actions of the day of Hajj, or the day of Eid. May Allah Azza wa Jalla might help us to be able to reach these days, and may Allah Azza wa Jalla help us to be ready to engage in them before it is too late, and before we regret and say, Ya laytani qaddamtu li hayati. وأقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه فإنه هو المستغفر. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا وسيئات اعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. As my sister was mentioning earlier, it's not a choice for us anymore to be passive, but we need to be active, and we need to get the directions and recommendations from our community activists who are recommending for us of how we can navigate through this very complicated political system, so that we're able to protect our rights of our children, and be able to maintain our livelihood with integrity in this country. Also, at the same time, keeping in mind that our country has an influence on the external affairs of the world and in the international policies of the world. So so that we steer our government to stay and maintain its position as a human rights supportive country. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم وبارك اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك على سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد اللهم إنا عبيدك أبناء عبيدك أبناء إمائك نواصين يا رب بيدك ماض يا رب فينا حكمك عدل يا رب فينا قضاؤك نسألك بكل اسم ولك سميت به نفسك أنزلته في كتابك أو علمته أحدا من خلقك أو استأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك بأن تجعل القرآن العظيم ربيع قلوبنا يا رب اللهم اجعله جلاء لقلوبنا وأحزاننا يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم بارك لنا في ذي الحجة اللهم ومن رحمتك وكرمك وجودك بلغنا ذي الحجة يا رب اكتب لنا حج بيتك الحرام اللهم أعنا على الصيام في أيام ذي الحجة اللهم أعنا فيها على القيام وقراءة القرآن والصدقة وصلة الأرحام وبر الوالدين وصالح الأعمال فإنك على كل شيء قدير ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما ربي أوزعنا شكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي وأن أعمل صالحا ترضاه وأصلح لي في ذريتي إني تبت إليك وإنني من المسلمين ربي هب لي حكما والحقني بالصالحين واجعل لي لسان ذكر في الآخرين واجعلني من ورثة جنة النعيم واغفر لوالدي وارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا ولا تخزني يوم يبعثون يوم لا ينفع مال ولا بنون واجعلني ممن يأتيك بقلب سليم اللهم احفظ المسجد الحرام ومسجد نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم والمسجد الأقصى فإنك على كل شيء قدير وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد